Let's go over some of the rules. What happens when we multiply or divide integers with the same sign? Well, if you have two positive numbers being multiplied together or two negative numbers being multiplied together, your answer is always going to be positive. Here are your examples. 3 times 6, both positive numbers. Your answer is going to be positive, and it is positive 18. -5 times -4. Again, they are both negative, and because it is multiplication, your answer is positive. -5 times -4 is positive 20. The last example, very similar to the first, positive 7 times positive 2 is positive 14. What happens when we multiply or divide integers with different signs? Well, that means you have one positive times one negative times one positive. Your answer is always going to be negative. Now, these rules also apply to division. So if you have a positive number divided by a positive or a negative divided by a negative, your answer is still going to be positive. And same here, if you have a positive number divided by a negative number, or a negative number divided by a positive number, your answer is always going to be negative. So here are some examples. -3 times 7. Again, you only have one negative in this problem, so your answer is negative, and it is -21. 9 times -8. Again, one positive, one negative here. Your answer is negative, and it is actually -72. Last example, -4 times +10. As we've been practicing, your answer is going to be -40. Let's talk about 0. When 0 is divided by a number, meaning 0 is the first number, it is the top of a fraction, your answer is always 0. So in these examples, 0 comes first. It's 0 divided by 11, 0. 0 divided by -8, 0. 0 divided by 10, 0. 0 divided by -6, 0. And that goes for multiplication too. Any number times 0 is going to be 0. It doesn't matter if the number is positive or negative. 0 multiplied by or divided by any positive or any negative number, your answer is always going to be 0. Now, when you divide a number by 0, it's equal to something called undefined. So if it would be 11 divided by 0, 10 divided by 0, -8 divided by 0, -6 divided by 0, that's undefined. I encourage you to put this in a calculator, Google it, and what do you see when you try to input any number divided by 0 in a calculator? Here's the example to make sense. Let's say you have 10 apples. Your friend tells you to divide the group of apples into 0 groups. So again, you have 10 apples, and your friend is asking you to divide the group of apples into 0 groups. Is that possible or impossible, and why? Can you divide a group of apples into 0 groups? Here are some practice problems. We are going to, I want you to do these on your own. I will check over your answers once you submit the assignment. So go ahead and take this on. This probably will take you less than 3 minutes to complete. Be careful of your negative signs. but go ahead and do this. And lastly, here are some multiplication and division visuals. For the number line, you can see that it's skip counting by 3. So that is just, again, multiplication is repeated addition. So it's, 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4. You're just skipping 3 on the number line. And you can see 28 dots is the second one, and there are 4 dots in each box, and there are 7 boxes. So 7 times 4 is 28. And for your division visuals, you have 8 divided by 2, which is 8 divided into groups of 2. And you can see how they did that. And even down below that, you have 4 fish divided into 2 tanks. That gives you 2 fish per tank.